Good evening, everybody. I'm going to show you what we have coming up in week 8. So let's get going. So I'm sure that you all have some anxiety because this is a test week, but let's walk through what your assignments are this week. So in week 8, you're going to have 3 main tasks. You need to study and complete Unit Exam 2, start Unit number 3, learn about the assessment of the endocrine system, and that's going to be in Lewis chapter 52. Then also on Unit 3, we're going to learn about endocrine problems in Lewis chapter 54. We have several assignments that are due this week, and they are due next Sunday night before 11:59 p.m. You will complete Exam 2. You will complete InsurePath, actually 4 assignments. 3 of them are lessons, and 1 is an NCLEX quiz. So the first lesson is structures and functions of the endocrine system, and that's in Module 1. The second lesson is anterior and posterior pituitary gland problems, and that's in Module 2. The third lesson is parathyroid gland, adrenal cortex, and adrenal medulla problems, and that's also a lesson in Module 2. And then you will complete InsurePath, the endocrine NCLEX quiz lesson. So there are optional lessons in SurePath that are included for you to review if you want to, but they are not graded, and they are assessment and diagnostic studies and thyroid gland problems. So this week really sounds kind of like a busy week. You've got a test and several lessons to do, and we are studying 2 chapters in Lewis this week and 4 chapters in ATI. I apologize, 5 chapters in ATI, chapter 76, 77, 78, 79, and 81. Good news is they're all fairly short. But when I feel really challenged, and I can sympathize with all of you if you feel challenged, I have a lot going on myself, and this is my favorite verse to always go back to when I feel overwhelmed, and it is Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. Let's go ahead and go into Module 1. And I have posted a PowerPoint here for you to review. And then sorry, when you read ATI Chapter 76, you're going to check your understanding with the 5 application exercises at the end of the chapter. And then you're going to read Lewis chapter, and it's actually 52. I need to check on that because that sounds kind of okay. We're going to go with 52. Remember, we're updating this course week by week, and I just want to make sure that wasn't the chapter number hasn't changed. But then these are your vocabulary words for endocrine assessment, and these are all of the glands, and you're going to learn about the hormones that they all excrete and what they do. Then there is a video here, and I would like you to watch the video and use the diagram, the blue link here, and fill out as much as you can. How much do you already know? Then watch this video to complete what you don't know. So while you listen, reflect on what you still need to learn to be an expert, like the nurse in the video. So let me open this, and we'll see what the endocrine diagram looks like. And goodness, you've got a picture of it. Also with on the home page, and then you're going to watch a video on it as well. Excuse me here. All right. And in this module, you're going to do that system and functions of endocrine system, and it is for a grade. So then we will go back and we will go into Module 2, and that is endocrine problems. And you are going to read ATIs chapter 77 through 79 and 81, and Lewis chapter 54, endocrine problems. So yes, the other chapter was 52, so I apologize for my confusion. And here are your key points. You want to make sure that you know what about acromegaly and hypopituitarism is diabetes insipidus versus SIDH, hypo versus hyperthyroidism, parathyroid disorders, and adrenal disorders like Addison's disease and Cushing's disease. And here's some additional drugs to know briefly. Lasix, which is also known as furosemide, and aldactone. And then there's a video that can help you differentiate between hyper and hypothyroidism. And in case this doesn't work, here's the link down here. And then we are going to go to SurePath and complete the 2 graded lessons, anterior and posterior pituitary gland problems, and parathyroid gland, adrenal cortex, and adrenal medulla problems. So that is everything in Module 2 for week 8. And then we will go and complete the endocrine NCLEX review. And it's in SurePath, and it includes those next gen questions about the endocrine system. And so as you're doing that, we'd like you to take a moment and really think about how you feel. Are you more comfortable now with the NCLEX style of questions? And is there anything that you need to do to increase your confidence and comfort? And last but not least, we will not have our normal Thursday night lecture this week because I'm going to go back up to the top. You will be taking a test, and I will go back out to the home page, but we are going to do a test review this Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. So Thursday's review is canceled. And let's go back out to week 8 where the test is. Okay. Okay. Well, I wonder if it's because you can't see it yet because it's not available to you. Let me go into my week 8, which has a little bit more. Here we go. Starting in the wee hours of Thursday morning, this will become available to you because the test will open starting Thursday morning at midnight. So that is Wednesday night at midnight. When it strikes midnight, it's really Thursday morning, and your exam 2 is going to open. And it will be open for 48 hours. It will close on Friday, September 8th at 23:59. This is a 75 question test, weeks 5 through 7. There will not be any week 8 topics. So you are going to be tested over stroke and musculoskeletal trauma, orthopedic surgery, and musculoskeletal problems. I have lectured the last few weeks all about musculoskeletal. So if you haven't had the opportunity, please go back and watch that. So I'd just like to remind everyone, just like the NCLEX questions are shown one at a time, backtracking is not available. You have 2 hours to complete the exam, which is about 1.5 minutes per question, just like the NCLEX. No notes, study guides, books, or other resources are allowed while taking this test, and you will be required to use Lockdown Browser and Respondus Monitor. So I would like to go over the rules again. Find a room, space, time without distraction or any other people. Sit at a table, not with your laptop in your lap. Do not wear a hat. Do not sit in front of windows, bright lights, because the backlight affects Respondus Monitor. Phones and smartwatches should be off and out of reach during the exam, and show your entire workspace in the video before the exam starts. So you want to show the walls you're facing, the entirety of the table you're sitting at, 360-degree view of the room you're in. And make sure that you have adequate internet connection. If you do not have this at your home, then arrangements can be made for you to test at the school's testing center or hospital education room. But please notify me in advance if you do not have adequate internet at home. There's a saying that I always like to go back to. Poor planning on your part does not constitute an emergency on mine. And so these test dates have been in the syllabus since the first day of school, and you've known you were going to be tested on these days. So please get your internet situation controlled, or reach out to make arrangements to test at the school. or at the hospital if that is available to you. Since we don't all work at the same place, I'm not sure um, what is available at each facility. So that's really it for week 8. And I will see you Wednesday night for the test review starting at 7, and it will be recorded.